Good morning, everyone. Many thanks to Lee for asking all of us to reflect a little bit on our blessings in life. God, our God, you have blessed me with people who love me, people who let me love them, with meaningful work as a teacher and a writer, and this church community. As some of you all know, I arrived here at St. Paul and St. Andrew in 1981, 42 years ago when I was 18 to go to Columbia University. It was a very different place. It was dim and dark. The floors creaked and were, of course, carpeted by old red carpet. I thought as a kid coming from Florida that when I got to New York it would be a big, huge Sunday morning church, and I arrived here early to get a seat. There were 30 people on that Sunday. Well, after that first Sunday, it was not at all clear to me that I would come back. But I'm very grateful for having met a few of lifelong friends that very day, Peter Arnson and Julie Wittick and others, for being drawn into the campus ministry here, experiencing the hospitality of Skip and Ann George, finding a lovely lady named Betty Ruth Good who stood at the back, and the second Sunday I came back about a month later, remembered my name. That touched my heart. And a small group, growing group of friends and fellow travelers. So I give thanks to God for all of these blessings. But today, actually, what I want to talk about is Frank. I love that he has to play right after this, so he can't run away. Well, Frank arrived here in 1980, 43 years ago. What a ministry. And he has ministered to us. I'm just going to cry through the whole thing. And touched our hearts and our souls and filled our ears in so many deep and profound ways that I can't even begin to recount for you all today. Frank has been a constant for me. Every Sunday, through all the highs and lows of my life and all the highs and lows of his life, he's here. As Lee referred to, he's always here. One year, not many years ago, on the Staff Parish Relations Committee, we thought we would give him a couple of extra Sundays off because we couldn't afford a raise. He never took them. For those of you who have shared rehearsals with Frank, you know we are an incredibly blessed group of people. His infectious humor, his flexibility, dealing with whoever happens to show up on a Sunday morning. Any other choir director would have run for the hills long ago. His sense of optimism, his deep caring for all of us. And maybe this is underplayed, but Frank's exquisite musicianship. It's a deep joy to be in that presence of that every Sunday. I hope you all know that for many years now, most of what we sing, Frank has written or arranged, written for and around our skills and failings. Each time we sing a song a second go around, it's been lovingly recrafted and revised and reworked to try to hide more of our blemishes. But you can also now listen to them sung by real musicians and published on YouTube. What a gift to sing in Frank's music workshop. So what I most want to say today is that Frank has touched my life in such profound and deep ways. Through thick and thin and up and down, Frank and my choir friends have provided for me a space to just be in a church which often wants us to do. The choir has been a place for me to just be, to sing, to feel the Spirit in here, and to praise. It brought me back here to church after COVID. It draws me here on Sunday mornings, even for 10 a.m. worship services. Frank's music has become the soundtrack of my life. It runs through my mind as I walk up West End Avenue. I sing it out loud as I bike down the West Side bike path. The lyrics come to me in times of trouble and lift me in times of joy. Today, I want to name Frank as one of my favorite theologians. I've had the privilege over the last 30 years of being here on most Sunday mornings and listening to our friend Kay Carpin teach us about Jesus and God and faith and justice. But I want to name Frank as his partner in that teaching. Frank's choice of music, his inspired writing and arranging, his subtle musical exploration of our Christian themes have brought healing and comfort to me. They have expanded my sense of purpose and calling and vocation and future. So today I want to say thank God for Frank, for sending me, Frank, and for sending Frank to all of us. God is worthy of praise.